So guys, welcome to the channel. You are getting 3 videos for the price of 1. On this one, we're going to compare the Limitless, or like the Limitless Infraction Felony chassis, to the ZD Racing. We're going to have a look at the roller version of the EX07, the 1/7 scale Hoonicorn, and then we're taking this out for another run. Bone stock, still got the same ESC in it. As you've probably seen, lots of people have been having problems with the ESC in here. Third run, 140c lipos this time on this. PB on the speed run. We do 0 to 60 and give it a bit of a thrashing around as well. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do, let's look at the roller version and let's see what you get. Then we'll compare it to the Limitless chassis, because a lot of people have said it's a Felony clone. It's not really. It's a Hoonicorn clone, or it's a Mustang clone. The chassis, as you'll see in a minute, it's not really the same. So the roller version. Now I've got the ready to run. If you've not seen them videos, I would recommend checking them out if you're not sure what this is. It's the EX07 from ZD Racing, so 1/7 scale. So obviously, being a roller, it comes with no motor, no servo or servos, no ESC receiver like controller or anything like that. I think that, I can't remember how much that is. I'm going to say $600 ready to run. And I believe this is around 5, maybe 4. I got this one for just under $400 on offer. So very similar priced to the Limitless roller. And that is what a lot of people are referencing it to. So on these ZD Racings, you've got a brake. It's not an e-brake because you've got one on the front and you've got one there on the rear. This also comes with like an intermediate shaft. So you've got the rear shaft and then you've got another one there with a bracket in the middle there. Good design. Overall, I do actually really like these. As you can hear, nice and smooth rolling. I did find in my my ready to run quite a bit of play in the components, whereas this one, yeah, this one feels a lot better actually. Can you see that movement there? Look. Whereas this one, there's nothing there. It's hard to do it because there's no servo. No, there's no play there. So that's good. You get the cool Mustang. I don't want to say Mustang style because it's definitely a Mustang. You get the cool body. When they come out the box, the front is kind of lifted up a bit like that. I've done it on that one and I've done it on this one. There's a join that goes across there. So all I did was warmed it up there, clamped the front down, and now it sits a lot better. This one's not quite as good. That one I've got sitting pretty much perfect. You get the sticker sheets in the box, some instructions. You get your little Mustang badge for the front. There should be, yeah, and there's like a ZD Racing one there as well. Spare battery straps, and you also get with this one the heatsink and fans, the motor mount, other fixings and stuff in there. I'm not sure what they are. They might be for the brake servos, but you get all the stuff there. So you need to add all your own electronics and get your batteries. So you'll need ESC, motor, steering servo, and if you want to run the brakes, you'll need just a single servo for the brakes. And that's about it really. What would I recommend getting out of that? And that? Well, with the failure rate of the ESCs on there, I mean, the motor seems fine to me. If you can get the roller at a good price, I'd definitely get a roller. Add your own electronics, and that's what I'm going to do to this. Look out for more stuff on this roller, see how fast we can get it. And then finally, before we get out to the run, side by side with the Limitless. So I say Limitless, but it's the same for your Infraction and your Felony. But the setup's different. So for starters, you've got a dual chassis brace there, whereas you've got a single one there. Shock towers are different. They look like they're CNC'd. Bottom arms are different, top arms are different between the two. Bigger shocks. One of the big differences, you've got 2 shafts there, like I mentioned. You've got like an intermediate shaft and then the rear shaft with a bracket and a bearing. The Limitless and that just have a single shaft, and that is Renat, and that is very well known for vibrating at high speeds, and the later ones have got like bearings there to try and support it. So definitely different. Underneath as well, got nice Arrma skins on there, but underneath the chassis is completely different as well. Different chassis, that's obviously got that cut out through the centre of it. This one is just completely flat. So for those of you saying it's a Felony or an Infraction clone, you are incorrect. The chassis is completely different. And if you're just talking about because the body looks like a Felony, you're completely wrong as well. I mean, this is not a licensed Mustang body from ZD. That is the controversial thing about it. But the Felony is kind of a mixture of a load of muscle cars made into one. It's not a clone, or it's not like an unlicensed anything, whereas that's a real car. It can't be a rip-off of the Felony. And however much you try and argue it, you're still wrong. It's not a rip-off of the Felony. Anyway, on that bombshell, let's go and see this thing. I gave it a good thrashing. It's an awesome car. There's links in the description for that. There's links in the description for that. And there's links in the description for that. So these have a habit, as you're aware, or you should be aware, these have a habit of blowing up when you plug them in. This is the third run of this. I've probably already told you this, but I know people skip through the video. So this is the third run, 140C, 5,500 milliamp hour lipos. Much more powerful, or much more discharge than the stock ones. Let's go. I mean, I'm not saying there's no problem with them. I'm not denying the fact that the ESCs may have issues. There's a very high failure rate, definitely. Just not something I've seen yet. This thing's mental. Absolutely mental. That's a new PB. 71 mile an hour. We broke the 70s. Completely stock. It must be them lipos in there. That is crazy. 71. Should we do a 0 to 60? Let's do a 0 to 60. There we go. 2.5 seconds. 0 to 60, 2.5 seconds. I want to see if I can do better than 71 mile an hour. So let's take it for a long pass. A long pass. Let's go for 72. Flat. There we go. That was full power for a long time. So again, putting that ESC, putting that motor under max strain, holding that high RPM. (71) max, 71 mile an hour. Mental, absolutely mental. I love the brake on this, if I can get it to work. It's hard when you're driving. It's awesome. Right, I'm going for a play. This thing, still no issues for me. I will report when I do get some. I'm just going to keep running it. We're going to get that roller fired up with probably a hobby wing system or something a bit more. 71 mile an hour to beat though.